You about to cover some good news, y'all. You about to cover some good news, yeah. 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 Say no. If I don't get my cake sing after if I don't get my ooh yeah boot ass. If I don't get my that it all head ass. Hey, I'll say. What's up, y'all? I ain't doing nothing, just frying, just you know. Hey, this is gonna be interesting, guys. Let me fix my camera up a little bit. I'm on here looking like, nah, for real. Greetings, come on in, y'all. Let's get ready. You already know the deal. If you're just getting here, you already know the deal, man. I wanted to say grand supreme rising to everybody out there. This is LordHekaSolRa911, aka the Black Butterfly. If you want to call me anything, call me the Black Butterfly for sure. You feel what I'm saying? Other than that, nice to meet you. Let's get acquainted. You feel me? Let's get acquainted. Share this thing up. Like this thing up. Y'all know to get started on a lecture, we need 3K likes. And in between time, I'm just going to share some channel messages, some important messages for the collective that needs to be shared. You know, the veil. It ain't no veil. It ain't never no veil. But we literally upgraded as a society. Like, y'all don't even understand. Like, we in a whole type of octave. Like, we literally switched octaves. And this ain't that type of lecture. But I want you to know that you should be reaping the benefits of the switch if you have consciously, for whatever you've been consciously working on or unconsciously working on. So if you've been wanting to be complaining all the time, then you will reap more complaining. You know what I'm saying? So basically, the space that we live in, your thoughts is amplified times 10. Your thoughts is magnified. I'm talking about your thoughts is amplified. So I really encourage you to focus on your thoughts and what you're thinking about and where your energy is gone and how you're giving it to. You feel me? Ashe, thank you for just getting here. Damn, I'm surprised. Maybe I went live the wrong time today. But we gonna still keep going regardless though. That don't matter. I got enough people in here for me. That's enough. One person is enough. Anything more than one is more than enough. You feel me? But yeah, y'all, untraditional love. This is a topic that a lot of people gonna shy from, gonna be afraid of, because people are stuck in their ways. People are stuck in their ways. Type 9 down in the comments if y'all can hear me. Yeah, we about the untraditional love. So today, what we're gonna learn in today's class, right? Today's lecture, we're gonna learn about grid working. We're gonna learn about grid working. Thank you. Y'all can hear me back. We're going to learn about multidimensional grid working, okay? It's important that us as a collective really start tapping into doing our grid work. Because we are quantum shifting as a whole and individual simultaneously. Now that's a lot, because you got the earth. She just think a thought and she teleport us to whatever timeline she knows is better for herself. But we just the earth inhabitants. So you know, our human minds think way different than our higher selves think, way different than the Mother Earth think, you know what I'm saying? So we literally just along with the ride. We don't have a choice in this whole thing, because the earth, we don't have a choice. She makes all the choices. She makes all the choices. This lecture gonna be a good lecture. I don't give a crap if we got a few people in here, because this is a random time they had me going live. And I say they, I mean my spirit team, my intuition. This is a random time it had me going live today. But you know what? Sometimes my human mind can't see what my soul already knows, and I just need to trust the process. Maybe one of you guys need that information too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one of you all need. Look at the wind. Look at the wind. Look, my baby just gave me some leaves. Look, 2 leaves. You feel me? Look what color they is. That ain't nothing but mama. Look, and look at the smoothie I'm drinking. That ain't nothing but mama right there. She said just go with the flow. She sent me 2 leaves to let me know just go with the flow. Don't focus on numbers. Don't focus on views, likes, none of that. Just go with the flow. We got you. All right, baby. I love you and I appreciate it. Yeah, get us up to 3K though, y'all, because that's what gets people in here. That's the That's the ritual that we do. Get up to 3K and then I start the lecture. So in the meantime, between time, I'm going to just do some collective messages. I'm going to pull some cards and just see what we got coming through for the collective, because a lot of the organic, authentic, divine feminine, the true, you know if you're a true divine feminine. You know, because you've been doing your work. You've mastered, you've literally mastered the freaking, now I didn't say master like completely because we always going to be growing, but you've literally mastered the level of the 1111 frequency, which is the masculine and the feminine energy of your own body, which is the shadow and the sun of your own existence. You know what I'm saying? If you've done that work, you feel me? If you integrated your light and your dark and your shadow, your own yin and yang, and now you upgraded to 1212, which is just the Trinity light body. So the 1111 is what you call the actual self, like self light body, right? Union with self, right? The whole goal is to get union with the soul, right? The whole goal is we broke ourselves down, we degenerated ourselves, we lowered our vibration. This is science. This is science. This is actual physics. If you take like a high vibration or like a God thought, the Higgs frequency, for instance, right? The God, they call it the God particle. If you take the God particle, you'll never understand it unless you break it down. And you have to break it down to its total polar opposite. That's how it goes as far as the universal laws. The universal laws, like, you have to break the stuff down, like, until it's all the way like nothing, until it's just darkness. In order for you to take a positive thought, remember I taught you guys this. The mind, right, in this 3D dense reality we live in, the mind holds on to a negative thought 6 times. The mind holds on, the brain, the actual physical brain holds on to a negative thought, the energy of a negative thought, right? The illusion of it. It holds on to it 6 times more than it does a positive thought. That's why you can't be in a negative mindset and then just start thinking positive and saying positive and think you're going to be positive. Unless you've been practicing. You got to catch yourself before you go deep off in that end and your alma de gala start giving you all the emotions. You got to catch yourself and start talking to yourself like, hold up, I'm going in this world. I'm going in this world of negative thoughts, and let me go. That if you think the positive thought, then you can alchemize yourself and bring yourself back to the positive polarity of your mind. But if you ain't got the power to do that, you living in negativity. Like you drowning in the drama. You're drowning in the drama. And so, it's all important when it comes to science and actual physics, like the ethereal mechanics of it, right? We're going to talk about the ethereal mechanics of why it's natural. Why is it natural for... Now, I'm just not speaking for everybody. I'm speaking for me and my own perspective. That's it. My own wisdom, my own perspective. I'm a type of person that I am a person that can be loved or in love with anybody. Like, I can make it work with anybody. That's just how I roll. As long as you ain't disturbing my peace, that's like unnegotiable. The peace is unnegotiable because I work too hard to get that. And so it's like, that's unnegotiable. Once you start doing this, like, man, I'm gone, because I'm perfect. You know what I'm saying? As far as dating goes, that's what I mean by, we'll communicate. Of course, there's going to be challenges. But I said that to say that the negative thoughts, right? And these are the templates that we hold. We hold a bunch of negative thoughts and templates around relationships. Relationships are the premises of our entire existence. They are the premises. My bad, the wind. I don't know who did that, y'all. The wind just knocked my phone down. So, let me fix this. I always ask to see the wisdom in the intrusive thoughts and love and unconditionally. Yeah, I like that, Leonard. That's kind of what I do. What I like to do is, when I get the intrusive thoughts, I automatically give myself the power by saying, okay, this is something that I'm creating. So does it feel good for me to create this? Did my soul agree to this? Because sometimes, y'all, the soul be agreeing to have us in situations, and the human be like, what in the... No, I'm not doing that. And we could go against our soul if we want, but that's just disconnecting our divine connection. You disconnect your divine connection, and you see how protected you are. You're going to have all type of karmic trauma all in your life. Facts. Ashe, thank you for the follow, 7. So, I was explaining to you guys about the science of freaking the thoughts, right? And so, how the negative thoughts... And so I said that because, like, I was giving you the example of the actual science of the energy, the God energy, having it to be broke down to its polar opposite. So if God is a high vibration, then God has to get broke down to a total polar opposite, which would be the opposite of God, whichever they use as an illusion, right? And that total opposite is how God learns to be God again, right? And so this is a process. How you doing, Roxy? Thank you for coming in, girl. Thank you for coming in, girl. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Oh yeah, we about to get up in this lecture. Whoever ain't here, that's them. That's their fault. That's their fault. They should have been on time. They should have been on divine timing. Cause I'm about to tear this lecture up. I'm talking about, if you gotta go, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can watch it over there. For real. Cause we gonna be here for at least an hour, bro. Like, I'm about to get in. I'm talking about the grid working. Let me tell you what we're discussing, right? The reason why I was telling you about the polar opposites and stuff like that is because I wanted you to know that everything here is God's unconditional love. Whether it's the polar opposite at the bottom or not. Whether it's the top of the bottom, that really don't exist. Up, down, low, that really don't exist. I'm just going to be honest with you. Positive and negative just really don't exist. It just really don't. However, for the perspective that we're speaking on about this, we're going to use it. We're going to use perspectives in these tools because they're going to help us get a bigger picture of what we're trying to say. Infinite Intercession, how you doing? Hello. Oh yeah, we about to get in this thing. So listen, you got the, what's this say? Untraditional love, right? Grid working, subconscious impressions, and relationship templates. So what I'm going to be doing today is on purpose. I need to let y'all know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be implanting and impressing your subconscious mind with multidimensional relationship template. Okay? This means that now God just means multi. It just means everywhere. Multi-dimensional. That's all God just means. It means magician everywhere, right? There's so many different aspects. In this aspect, God means multi-dimensional, right? And so the ancestors been telling us the other side, the energies, the consciousness that be teaching me and us and everybody, right? They've been telling us to practice multi-dimensional perspective. Practice thinking higher, practice being higher, especially from an unconditional loving perspective, right? Especially from there. Love yourself unconditionally. Sometimes, you know what happened? My spirit team told me the other day, they said, you learning the lesson of vulnerability. I said, I flipped out. Yeah, I flipped out. I was like, man, hell no, I'm tired of playing this goddamn game. Like, why y'all playing? Y'all told me the intuition. I'm talking to myself, my own soul and my intuition. You told me that this was the move, blase, and I needed to bust this move. I bust that move. It turns totally to doo-doo that a dog just dropped on the street. And then the spirit guide say, you're learning a lesson of vulnerability. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. How vulnerable do I got to be to the world? I gave y'all everything. I told y'all everything. I always do. I always do. However, the soul says now is a great time for you to learn vulnerability. So that's what we're going to be doing, y'all. You know, everybody, the whole point of me saying that is everybody is here learning lessons and stuff like that. So sometimes unconditional love may look like something you don't want to experience. That's the whole point of me saying that. Sometimes unconditional love may look like you being vulnerable to the whole world. That as far as society, it should be humiliating, but it's not humiliating because you're learning to unconditional love yourself. Like me, that's one of my biggest life purposes here is to master, not just to learn unconditional love, but to master unconditional love. So if you think that's easy, let me explain what mastering unconditional love means. Mastering unconditional love means I have to accept myself and others, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But however, even with me being a psychic and knowing that, and being able to see events because I'm multidimensional, but the soul is like, you got to get this lesson and this experience, and we just want you to be grateful for the experience. And I'm pissed because I know that I don't need to be over here. I don't need to be doing that. I don't need to be in that energy. But the higher self always has the last word. Always. Always. We are not stronger than our higher selves. And that's what that's the truth. I'm not even about to sugarcoat it. And so when you have to master unconditional love, this means that you have to learn to love yourself when you're sabotaging. And even if you're a person like me who has mastered a lot, I still sabotage when I'm guided to sabotage. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's just me being vulnerable. Oh my God, man. Y'all about to get me started. But that's just me being vulnerable. Right? I want you to know that I'm just as human as you. I sabotage on purpose. I be knowing better. And I know to do better. However, my soul has already agreed to contracts down here that I can't resist. I can't resist. Just like that time my soul desired. How you doing? My soul literally desired as a life lesson to learn to be homeless. Why? Like who? Who in their right mind would manifest that? Right? But my soul said, I want to experience, give me the roughest, hardest life ever, because we coming out this joint a winner. That's what my soul said. That's what my soul said. Thank y'all. We almost up to 3K. Make sure you listen, y'all. I'm just talking. We gonna start the lecture, but we ain't really starting the lecture until we get to 3K likes. We just in the beginning. I'm gonna pull a couple cards. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna be vulnerable with y'all because that's what Spirit told me to do. I got to, because that's the lesson I'm learning in life right now. So I don't care about the humiliation and things that are being out or coming out about me right now. It's okay, because I gotta learn to love me, and I gotta learn to love everybody else too. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning how to master unconditional love. And on top of that, my soul chose to master forgiveness. This means that I'm gonna be put in situations where I gotta forgive myself and a lot of people all the fucking time. Come on, that's exactly what that means. This also means that, you know, you don't never let nobody run over you, right? But you always listen to your intuition. This also means that moving forward fearlessly, even though I see some stuff is chaotic, karmic, and disgusting, I'm like, so what? Because I know that when you refuse a contract that your soul made to come here, whether it's love, platonic, friendship, whatever, when you refuse that, what happens is when you finish with this timeline, when you basically disembody yourself from this aspect, all you do is quantum mechanic tunnel yourself to another timeline. Somebody say Ashe. I just said all you do is quantum mechanic tunnel yourself to another timeline. Your consciousness puts you there, and you still got to finish out that contract. That's why I'm telling you a trick. I'm telling you something that nobody else is going to ever tell you. They want to make money off of you, so they're going to be like, yeah, I cut a cord. I don't believe in cutting a cord. Why? Because the practitioner who's cutting that cord got to take on the fucking experiences, because if you ain't in the whole... I don't cut cords unless the higher self, the highest self says, unless the highest self, the ethereal consciousness says to do it. Because if you cut a cord between a connection, whether it's a twin flame, karmic, any of that shit, because everybody know the twin flame connections is freaking lessons. Everybody know that's lessons. Everybody really want a soulmate connection for real. You want somebody that you can learn lessons with, but without compromising your peace. You know what I'm saying? Without compromising your peace. Don't nobody want to compromise their peace. They don't work so hard on themselves to get in a particular position with their mind and their mentality. It's not worth it. But if your soul say, oh, we want you to be homeless, it don't matter what your human form say. You can fight against it, but if you fight against it, your soul gonna start acting out. Once your soul start acting out, your body start acting up. You start getting pains and random ass aches and stuff. Stuff start happening in your life, tower moments, and you don't want the universe or the utmost high God to start getting creative with getting your attention. I'm just keeping it real with you. You don't want Source to start making creative ways to get you to get your butt back in alignment. And so, you know, we got 1,800 on here. Keep the lights coming. Thank you, Teresa. I like gummy bears. Those are my favorite. So yeah. you know, when it comes to freaking life, y'all, it's bigger than what we think it is. It's multidimensional, y'all. This is the truth. And God is multidimensional. And God is multidimensional from within you. So this makes you multidimensional. And so you got to start practicing and thinking this way, because this is how you win the game of life. Let me read my book real quick. I got my book with me today, guys. Get in the game too. Let's read the Law of Multidimensional Perspective. I don't care how many times I got to read this to y'all. I will. I will. Why? Because you deserve a fair chance at winning the game of life. You deserve a fair chance at, you know, going with the flow. You know, some people don't know how to go with the flow. It kills them. Some people is so attached to the perspective of control. They want to control their relationships. They want to control the people, even the people they date in. Like, they don't want everybody to have individuality. Like, that's where you get conditional love from. And we're going to talk about conditional love too, because it's no way you'll be able to even manipulate or alter or experience like true unconditional love if you're loving yourself and people conditionally. There's no way. The untraditional love is basically the highest level of unconditional love. Okay, so look what I just said. Untraditional love is basically the highest level of unconditional love. You feel what I'm saying? Unconditional love does not mean romantic. That's what we about to break it down. It's science. If we are atoms and molecules, let's tap into chemistry. I'm channeling some shit right now. I ain't got nothing but my book here. But before I read that, let me just bring the energy through. I'm channeling. It says, ooh, I feel it in my heart. Chemistry. It says, this is a chemistry based. Take it easy on me, spirit. Goddamn, too much. Hold on. Whew, let me process it, y'all. That was just a freaking bang of light. Whew. Alright, so let me breathe, y'all, because I want this to come out right. And it just came on me just now. Alright, so let's get it. Whew, sorry. Whew, that one came from the heart and the soul. Alright, we got it, y'all. So this is a chemical based perspective, right? This is a chemical based reality, meaning everything here is based on chemicals and the chemicals reaction to itself. Damn, it's a chemical elemental environment. Damn. Hold on. I'm trying to get the words out. I'm channeling y'all. I don't know if it's gonna make sense. Maybe it do make sense. Maybe it won't make sense. Either way, we could all go back to my YouTube channel and watch this as a group. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please. Please. This is my third YouTube channel. I'm trying to get back up. I was speaking too many truths before the time was right, and I lost the other ones. So just help me get up if you can. That's all I'm asking. All right, let me take my time. So this is a chemical-based world, right? Everything here is here because of a chemical reaction between something and something. Chemicals mixing together. The chemicals bonding, right? So if we're atoms and molecules and we are the fifth state of matter, which is Bose-Einstein condensate, pure light manifested into this condensed complex structure, if that's the case, then it's absolutely normal for love, unconditional love, for us to love ourselves and others unconditionally in a way that we can be in love with more than one person. We can be. Now listen, this gonna trigger some traditional monogamous. Now me, I want you to know, I'm gonna just share a fact with me so you can know. I don't really do titles and stuff like that. I really don't do titles and labels. I'm past identifying myself with topics and labels and stuff like that. I'm ultimately past that. So I don't do that. However, it depends on the energy that I'm in. I go with the flow. I like for whoever I'm with to kind of be happy and have what they want, because I'm an easy person. I just want my peace. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all. Don't disturb. Let me get my time to myself, because I got to have time to myself. I got to have it. You know what I'm saying? And I got to have my peace. Those two things is unnegotiable. But I said that because I didn't want the traditional daters, the women and the men, to be like, oh, you out here impressing this on the subconscious mind. No, I'm impressing higher multidimensional perspectives. because it's time for that. It's time for that. And so, yeah, let's get it. So when you're a chemical, when you're an atom, right, and you got a molecular structure to you, and this is all a complex structure. This is what you call a social memory complex group. It's a complex. So what we're living in right now is the big ass apartment complex. No lie. It's a big old apartment complex. You feel what I'm saying? And inside the apartment complex, everybody got their own little miniature houses or their apartments or whatever, which is like, but we still collectively live in the same house. So everything is connected. And so when you come to science, because when you look at it, we are the fifth state of matter, or I am the fifth state of matter, manifested here in the reality, or the illusion. I like to call it the illusion. Call it for what it is. Manifested here in the illusion, right? As matter that really don't even exist, right? Because we really don't even exist. And so if this is a social memory complex group, this means that a memory is something that you already experienced. So this means that we would be somewhat living in the past. If you can see yourself, you're somewhat living in the past, but you're becoming visible, then you're in the future. I don't know if that makes sense, but just give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Ponder on it. So if this is a chemical-based realm, you put hydrogen with oxygen and you get water. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by chemical bonding. And so do you think the hydro atom or the molecular structure of the hydrogen says, well, I just only want one oxygen strand because that's the only oxygen strand that's for me, and I'm locking myself into a limited perspective and I don't want no more oxygen strands. It don't work like that. It works by energy and attraction. And everything is based on vibration and frequency and resonance. Either you resonate with a bond, another atom, you resonate with another atom, and you two become magnetic. There could be more than just two of you guys. That's in a magnetic attraction. So that's what I'm saying about science. This is scientific. So it's not like, where it's natural to be monogamous, because it's not. I mean, that's the truth. Somebody say I say. And get us up to 3K likes. We got 22 people in here. There's no way that we shouldn't have 5K likes right now. If you ain't feeling the topic, why you here? Don't just watch and not interact. For real. That's the truth. That's the truth. I ain't charging on that. We just having a group discussion. That's it. I need y'all to interact. I'm going to keep it 100. I need you to interact. Say what you need to say. Type. Hit the like button. Let's get it. Stop playing with me, y'all. You know I love you. Stop playing. Thank you for the share. Thank you for the share, but don't disrespect my time like that. So, science, right? According to science, thank you for the roses, Trip. I appreciate that. Ooh, I love roses. So, what I was saying was, according to science, and this being a chemical, like everything is chemistry here, right? This is science class. We're literally in science class on Earth. For real. And how we connect the people in our relationships is nothing but chemistry and bonds. That's why when you get in love with somebody, you say, man, we got chemistry. But if you ain't in love with somebody, or if your energy don't match with another, if it don't resonate, if y'all finish learning lessons, you like, man, me and this person I got, it ain't enough chemistry. It ain't enough chemistry for the connection to take form. It's not enough chemistry. Why? Why is it chemistry important? Because that's natural. That's natural. So what I'm doing here is I'm just impressing on your subconscious mind that the perspective of monogamy is just a perspective, and it's not natural. I'm talking about divine love here. Divine love. Love is love. There are different aspects of love. Karmic love, fake love, true love, organic, all of that. There's so many different ways of loving. But we about to get into that. I just wanted to show you guys that perspective about, it being chemistry. And what do that even really mean? If we have chemistry, this means that me as an atom and my atoms have bonded with you as an atom and your atoms. And so together we create water. You feel what I'm saying? You take hydrogen and oxygen, you add them chemicals together, they bond together, they create the illusion of what you call liquid water. So that helps you to break through the belief systems of, and this is going to help with a lot of jealousy in the relationships. This is going to help a lot of people be more honest. A lot of people have more integrity about what they doing and what they dealing with. You can't move like you scared out here to be your true self. But you also don't have to let the old perspectives shape you. Remember I told you guys, either you form consciousness or you get formed as consciousness. It's one or the other. It's no other way to go. Either you form consciousness or you get formed as consciousness. If you get formed as consciousness, you're a weakling because somebody's creating your reality for you. And that's just all it is to it. But everybody doesn't have the ability to form consciousness, just like everybody doesn't have the ability to go with the flow. I had to learn how to go with the flow. I used to be a real control. Everything control. I had to stop that because that wasn't my soul's way of being this life or this incarnation. My soul chose another route. It didn't chose to be in control, or it chose to be connected with the divine and let I got the highest level of service to self. That means I don't really do nothing manifesting or nothing. I just go with the flow and I let my highest self express its unconditional love through me. And that's always better than anything I can imagine. When I take my human mind and I try to manifest or imagine things that I think I want, I promise when I get these things, it don't never really be that joyful or that delicious. It don't never really be that freaking right? But when I let the higher self, when I just go with the flow and the energy and let the higher self create the life, man, it be tears of joy. It be gratitude. It be chills. It be everything. And so that's what taught me how to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And so when it comes to untraditional love, it's kind of like going with the flow, but not in a way that's unhealthy. Like everybody has to be in on whatever. Before we get to polyamory, I gotta really break down about the grid points and everything. So look, let me start off with the multidimensional perspective, right? That's number 97. This is my book right here, How to Get in the Game Too. If you ain't get this yet, you crazy. You crazy. And if you did get it, thank you. I love you. So, yeah, 44,000 likes and 29 people in here. That's 4411. Let's get it. Thank you, Tony, for the follow. I appreciate you. So, this is out of my book, Get in the Game Too, A Multidimensional Perspective, the Metaphysical Universal Law Book of Divine Justice. That's what this book is just bringing true justice. So, and I'm just here to bring justice to our minds and our collective consciousness. Thank you for the follows. Please don't feel like I'm ignoring you if I'm not acknowledging you, because I'm channeling. So when I'm channeling, I'm just focused on my heart. Although it looked like I'm looking at the screen, I'm not. So I done said that's because I want you guys to know that I'm not ignoring you. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I got you. So the metaphysical universal law of multidimensional perspective states that when a person is viewing the game from multiple perspectives, that they have a higher chance of manifesting a greater reality. The person who practices this law has the power to influence the masses remotely. Now you wonder why the masses been getting influenced by other consciousness, right? By tyranny, patriarch consciousness. Why? Even though it was happening because it was time for that and everything is divinely guided still. Why? Because they knew the multidimensional perspectives. It obviously says whoever has the power to practice this law, and then they have the power to influence the masses remotely without people even knowing. Indirectly, not only remotely, indirectly, and doing so without applying much pressure. So, multidimensional perspective is saving you time, money, and energy. Come on now. Come on now. Why wouldn't you want to practice multidimensional perspective? That's just you being God right now. Yeah, I'm saying that's just you being God right now. The metaphysical universal law of multidimensional perspective states that when a person is viewing the game from multiple perspectives that they have a higher chance of manifesting a greater reality. The person who practices this law has the power to influence the masses remotely, indirectly, and doing so without applying much pressure. This law allows a person to become a master player and a grid programmer of the simulation. A multidimensional perspective is a combination of all existing probabilities, and it allows a person to be the observer while still playing the game actively. Now that's what I do. Now that's what I do. I show up. Who said that? Yeah. Period. And I feel like y'all needed that. So look, before we get into the lecture, because we got 5K now. Let's get it. We got 5K now. Before we get into the lecture, I just want to pull a few cards, guys, just to kind of, I don't know, I'm guided to, just to get some couple of collective messages about the message that I'm sharing today. The spirit, you know, what do spirit want to show us about, like, the lecture today? You know what I'm saying? So give me a second. Damn. That joint tastes good. Haha. That's why it's important to know what you came here to do, so that you can do what you came here to do, because if not, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. It's more than just shadow work. It's actually soul. Once you finish, the shadow work is like the bottom of the bunch. I swear, shadow work is at the bottom. Hold up. My smoothie. Ah, damn. That thing so cold. My bad, y'all. Alright. So let's type this in. Let's just type in real quick. Now, when I say divine base gear programming, this means that this is a simulation and it's a holographic complex structure. And so what you think you're seeing, you're not seeing. So not only that, it's a chemical based reality. So everything is chemically bonded off of chemical reactions. That's why you got cause and effect, right? We're only here because of cause and effect. If that cause never happened, then the effect of us being here would not exist. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Because of certain type of cosmic and galactic chemicals mixed with each other and bonded and banged into each other, that created a chemical reaction, which then created more chemical reactions and more cause and effect, and that's how we got here. So it's science. Oh my God, look. Now I'm shuffling the deck. The Lovers is here. Oh, the Ten of Cups. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Lovers and the Ten of Cups is here. You know, we in alignment. The Ten of Cups. And this is the card of, like, you know, it could be love. It could be romance or emotional love with intimate connections. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the Lovers, man. So we, you know, spirit always come through, man. And today, and then I split the deck and you got Judgment. Now, Judgment is the higher self. But do you see the freaking... Look at this. Look at how spirit don't play, y'all. Look. Do you see the freaking grid? You see the alien head grid? I'm telling you. This ain't what it appears to be. No matter what it looks like, it's just not there. They want me to read the Lovers. Because the Lovers keep coming out. The Lovers is a divine union, manifested in the form of a literal romance, point blank period. This is a union ordained by the utmost high. If you pulled this card, let's celebrate, because it has been a long time coming. You found the love within, and now you have the love without. This is a karmic reward for work well done. With gratitude, Lord Michael. So that's what I'm telling you about that, is somebody got romance coming in their life. I told you that the spirit, they wanted somebody to know you got romance, and you might have choices and decisions because you might have more than one person that you're thinking about talking to. You know what I'm saying? This message was guided for somebody. This message was guided for somebody. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Yeah, I'm bringing clarity. I'm bringing clarity to the collective. They say, oh, it ain't normal. It ain't. It is. It is, because according to us being atoms in science and the metaphysics, it's perfectly natural for us to experience each other in multiple ways, you know. And I don't mean that in the, you know, please read between the lines, because some of the words I can't say certain words. So when it comes to the word, I'm gonna say sacred energy exchange, right? Sacred is S, you know, energy is E, and exchange, sacred energy exchange, right? That's the word I'm gonna say instead of saying the word flex that rhymes with the word that I really should be saying, okay? Because we got to protect our channels out here, and we can't be on here saying certain words, because, you know, I need to keep this one around. But yeah, Spirit says the law of evolution, the law of soul evolution, that's what's happening. That's what we into right now, literally, and aspiring to a higher power. See, I just was talking about that. Was I not? I just was talking about aspiring to the higher power. I mean, come on, Spirit. Let's get it. I was thinking like Unconditional Love was gonna come out, but I guess not. It's alright. We'll just keep on moving. Alright, let me get it, y'all. Yeah, we got more than enough. Let's get it. I know that I usually don't go live during this time, but everything is divinely guided, so it is what it is. So, grid working, right? What is grid working? So, like, the human collective consciousness has the power to basically influence the grid, right? The grid. That the earth is on different grids all simultaneously. So the earth is like on 12D grid, 13D grid, like every dimension, every aspect or dimension is connected to a grid or a sector layout. Okay? So every dimension is connected to a grid or a sector layout. Cool. So these sector layouts and these grids are able to be influenced by the human collective consciousness. The only thing is, it has to be done in numbers of mass. It has to be done in numbers of mass. Like, if you can get 500 people together to do something, then, I mean, you really influencing the reality then. You feel what I'm saying? That's why the energies, they use a lot of grid work on us. And grid work just means they create illusions that makes us feed negative emotions to it. Once they create the illusion, we feed our negative emotions to it, and then the negative emotions become sentient within the illusion, and then the illusion becomes alive. Like how we're alive right now, this is an illusion. That's exactly how it happens. That's literally the science of it, metaphysical. Alright, boom. Right? That's what grid working is. So we can change it because we have the power to create. Now, yes, we are co-creating, but we still, when your soul gets to a higher level, you surpass co-creating, you become an actual divine base grid programmer, right? When you are a divine base grid programmer, you are a full creator. You can form consciousness. You can form consciousness as God, and you are God right now. This means you've upgraded your soul to multidimensional living. The more multidimensional you become, the more tricky freaking communicating with others get. Because, you know, you have to, it's the perspective. You know, it's a real high perspective. So, you can use grid working together as a team, right? To basically change the templates. So, when I say that, I'm talking about the people that came before us, or the inventors of the perspective of the controlling. See, you got to go to the science of the monogamy, of where it came from. The science of the monogamy. Thank you for the gifts. The science. I said the science. What the hell? That ain't even a word. Why y'all ain't tell me that wasn't a word? Because I'm always saying words that's not words. I know. That's what I normally do. I know. That's why you ain't remind me, because I always do it. But we're talking about the grids, right? And so, you know, we can change the grids. Now, the people that came before us, the downloads, right? So think about it like this. Every person is a download in an actual perspective. I no lie. This is the truth. Every person is a download, right? And they're a timeline, and they are an experience, and they are a perspective. Now, I'm not saying be unemotional about life. Be emotional. I'm very emotional about life. right? But I also know the truth about life, and I know not to take it too serious. And I know even when my soul has me in situations and my human would never agree to, I'd be pissed off. Like, I'm telling you, like, and I'm like, but you know, I'm over it. I get over it because I'm like, whatever, man. They play too damn much. You know what I'm saying? You play too much. The ethers, y'all think because it ain't 3-dimensional that it don't exist, but it do. And once you start getting close relationships, then you know, that's how it be. So you take the grid working, and so all the older teachers and everybody came to us, they are downloads of old templates. And so now, with the power that we have as far as the mass awakenings and stuff like that, we now have the power to fully create. We have access to the timelines and the grids where we can create and become creators. We don't just co-create no more, right? Now, it takes time and practice to become a co-creator versus a creator, an actual magician. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if a tarot is here, the magician card. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when you are the magician, now you're a divine base grid programmer, and you're the God creator source itself, and you know that every illusion here is something that you already created. So there's an illusion that's an old template that says we can't create energy, but that's old science. It doesn't feed us anymore. And no offense to anybody that's pushing that. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me make sure I'm clear about that. This ain't no punches at nobody spiritual who out there doing their thing. If you're doing your thing, I admire you for what you do, and I wish you joy. I wish you joy in the best. However, I'm speaking how I'm speaking, and you take it personal, that's on you. Now, the human really can create energy. That's like an old way of science, you know, like the old templates is like old science. Like, for instance, take like astronomy, when like they was like, oh, Pluto was a planet, and then they was trying to say it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Things change with time. That's the whole point that I'm trying to say. Things change with time. And maybe on that template, on that old grid, on that old dimension, in that old aspect, in that old perspective, maybe that was the case for us to be monogamous, right? Which it ain't. We about to tap into that, right? We about to dig deep into monogamy. But, you know, maybe that was the case of the energy. But now we live in a time where that's not the case anymore. And I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know that you are powerful. And you do create energy. Like, that's a lie. When people say that you don't create energy, that's a lie. You do. You are the only thing here creating energy. Energy only exists because of you. And that's the truth. The way out of this illusion of your own imagination is knowing your true power. The human collective consciousness is powerful, way more powerful than they portray us to be. We are so powerful and admired by other collectives. They wish they was us. They wish they can have our experience. Then you got some other collectives, they so high, they trashy down there. Hold on, y'all, give me a second. Alright. They like, yeah, they trashy down there. You know what I'm saying? But those are the ones that talk trash about us, they are open to help us too. So they ain't just, you know, the consciousness ain't just out here treating us like trash and telling us, oh, they dirty. They're allowing us to learn. And if we ask for help, they will help. Thank you for the gifts. So you can create energy. You can. That's an old perspective that don't serve us. That old perspective does not serve us right now in this time. Because if you're thinking that you don't create energy, then where's the power to create energy coming from? Who's thinking it? Somebody has to be thinking something to be in this vibrational thought universe. Somebody. Infinite Accession says, they say, oh no, it's ghetto over there. Yeah, I know I've said that a few times. Thank you for the earth. I appreciate that. So, all right, now that we know about the grid working and how important it is for us to change these templates and for us to work together in mass meditations or things like that to affect the quantum field. Now, the grids are sourced from the quantum field. Now, human collective can influence the quantum field, but the quantum can't influence the quantum field because it doesn't have enough density. Did you hear what I just said? So there's the quantum field, like we're all quantum, and we can change our lives by tapping into the quantum field because we are human. But if you was your ethereal, invisible, pure light, Bose-Einstein condensate self, then you really can't influence the grid because the grids don't exist in that time and space. So with us being here, the old templates of the relationships got to change. And so it's time for us to start welcoming new templates. And that's just all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you got to be a person that's out here dating a whole bunch of people. I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to break it down to you while sharing my own perspectives at the same time. You feel me? All right. So I wanted y'all to know that about the grids. And that's what we're doing. We're having a discussion and we're communicating about the grid works right now. And collectively, we influence the grids on greater different levels. I just released a book called Divine Base Grid Programming. Source code modifications to reprogram your subconscious mind for true greatness and success. One of the greatest books I've ever created. It's just really, really new and creative. So, it's going to take some time before the consciousness catch up. It's going to take some time before the consciousness catch up to it. So can you love two people at once? Yes. Yes, because everything here is based on unconditional love. And unconditional love doesn't just mean romantic. So can you love yourself and another person? Yeah. Can you be in love? Now, is you talking about like intimate? Because that's what we about to discuss. Yeah. Can you love two people at once? Yeah, you can. Yeah. Yep. You can like them differently for different things too. You can like this person because this person brings you that aspect out of you that you like. Because listen, you got to think about it. Every person brings a different part of you out. You let every person experience a different part of you. Somebody say Ashe. You let everybody who gets you, they get a different part of you. Like the part of you are around your mom or your dad is not the same part of you that you is at night with your lover. You're not that same. They're not getting that energy. So certain timelines and certain experiences bring certain vibrations and certain expressions into your life. And long as it's not toxic and based on love, everybody is involved in what's going on. You got to practice integrity. But you got to learn to be by ourselves before we can even manipulate energy like in the divine way. I'm not talking about you in the poly sex group or you in the poly group and y'all just being nasty, just all out in the open like that. Nobody, I'm not talking about that type of, that's a whole nother, that's an old perspective. That's a misunderstanding. That perspective, people have a perspective of poly just means, oh, we're going to be having sex with this person, but it doesn't. And we're going to break it down. Because when it comes to romance, right now, what does polyamorous actually mean? Polyamorous means, I wrote it down. It says poly means to fill yourself with many. To fill, F-E-E-L, right? And this is my own definition. To fill yourself with many or much abundance. That's what poly means. Poly means to fill yourself with many or much abundance, right? We live in a world or an existence that is based on abundance. Everything here is abundant. Everything. So it's natural. The law of abundance says that abundance is our natural state of being. So why would I limit myself unless that's what the circumstances brought? Now, let's say you came up on your soulmate, which is the one for you, and y'all two are basically got that joy and that happiness with each other, then yeah, it's us forever, baby. It's us forever, baby. You feel what I'm saying? But if that ain't the case, and you still thinking in the back of your mind, like, hold on, is this my, if you questioning, is this my soulmate, this my person, and man, maybe it might be something out there better for me. Hell no. Hell no. So, now let's cover the few aspects of love before we about to get up in there. That was a good question. We really about to get up in there, but I'm still kind of getting through the science of, you know, the meanings and the levels of, you know, the templates. We're gonna get into, can you love more than one person? We're gonna get into all of that, but let me just bring through the templates, right? So the templates are outdated systems and outdated servers that don't serve us. And when they say serve you, they really mean that this is a digital reality and a computer digital system, and there's servers, computer servers. So if the computer server is not serving your computer, then it does you no justice. It does you no justice. So what we're doing is we're updating our consciousness to templates that are more filled with untraditional love. True, genuine, divine love. Now, let me explain to you what unconditional love is, right? The law of unconditional love. It's in the book. Let me tell you the law of unconditional love so that you can know. Because some people be believing that unconditional love means let somebody be toxic to you over and over and over again. And it don't. It don't mean that. Unconditional love means loving yourself enough to be like, this person do not love me. I'm getting the freak out of here as fast as possible. And I will not return. No matter what. Go get you a police report. Yeah, go get you a police report. Do what you need to do. So, the law of unconditional love, guys, you wouldn't believe it. In my book, is number 88. 88. That's crazy, right? 88. Always and forever, baby. Alright, let's read it. If you gotta go, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, 555. If you gotta go, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right? When you subscribe, and make sure y'all hit the like. Why we ain't that? Look, so look, the new goal. Oh, somebody. Oh, thank you. Somebody sent the Cash App. I didn't even say nothing about Cash App. So, thank you. I appreciate that. That's cool. That is so cool. I really wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. Alright, so the metaphysical universal law of unconditional love states that if a person goes out their way to express unconditional love, then they automatically activate the frequency and expression of unconditional love. The energy of unconditional love overrides the energy of fear. Damn. Which as time goes on will manifest as harmony. So unconditional love means harmony. And it overrides fear. So it says unconditional love doesn't have to manifest from a romantic perspective, as it simply is the acceptance to love someone as they are without judgment or expectations. That's what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is me loving you and accepting you for who you are and what you are, not trying to change you, not trying to control you, not trying to manipulate you. All right? Now, the only reason why I would be trying to manipulate you, control you, or dominate you is because I've probably been, and I'm just speaking from example, probably, for example, right, hypothetically, because you've probably been, as an inner child, you probably was beat up by your parents, you probably got abused or whatever by your parents, they probably controlled you, beat you up, you probably felt powerless when you was a child, and so now, you got to control everything in your life. You think you controlling stuff in your life, but you ain't, you really stand stuck. Why are you staying stuck? Because control is fear. It's fear. And guess what? When you override that frequency of control, you don't feel the need to control yourself no more. Now you might be a person that you need to plan logically. That's cool. That's not control. Planning logically is not controlling. But controlling is different. Controlling is when you're taking the power that you have, or somebody else is giving you their power, and you're making them do what you want them to do that they don't want to do. You can be loved and valued in a different way for your uniqueness. Yeah, that's true. So unconditional love is accepting. That's what that is. That's not romance. People think that, we unconditionally love each other because we romance. No, that's not romance. And romance and poly doesn't just mean having energy exchanges in a sensual way with people. It doesn't mean that. Like, you can be romantically involved with somebody and have never had sex with them. You can be intimate. Poly just means we're intimate with more than one person. So what is intimate romantic, right? To me, in my perspective, intimate romantic means I can tell you secrets. Right now, to me, that's romantic. That's intimate romantic. This is my own perspective, right? Like, it depends on how attracted you are to a person and what attracts you to a person. Being trustworthy. Is a person trustworthy that I can tell them certain things and I know that they're genuinely happy or whatever for me? Because I've had situations recently where I was telling somebody, sharing good news, and they basically flipped out, took my plate, tried to bitch me, then got mad because I was taking up for myself. That's not love. That's conditional. Conditional means control. So if you're trying to control, right? If you're trying to control, now I'm just speaking to you from my own experience. I told you guys, I warned you, but this is no projection. This is just me sharing the experience that I had so that you guys can have a better perspective of what I mean by what conditional control is, right? Now, there are healthy aspects of control, but it's not control. You feel what I'm saying? It's not control. So, when a person, like, conditional loves means you don't do what I tell you to do. Like, I love you, but you don't do what I tell you to do. I hate you. I hate you to the point now that you've told me all your secrets and now I'm smear campaigning you all over the internet. That's conditional love. That is the most low vibrational. That's fear. Conditional love is basically manifestations of fear from the person's unhealed childhood. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. You know, people are always acting out their subconscious, their untrue, unconscious, subconscious beliefs on others. Always. I got spirit agreed to that. It was a sound in the background. Ain't nothing in the background. Nothing. So, now intimate romance means, now to me, romance means us not even having sex. Romance to me is us doing things like picnics and fun things like freaking just little mushy romantic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like writing notes and letters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't involve the actual act of intercoursing. That's what I want you guys to know. That I want you to understand that polyamorous is not about intercoursing a lot of people at the same time. I want you guys to know that it's natural to be attracted to more than one person. It's okay. I don't want you to feel shame or guilt if you're attracted to more than one frequency, because you're an atom, and scientifically proving chemicals and chemicals have chemistry that bond. You will bond and experience every perspective here differently. There's no two people the same. So the experience that you're going to get from me is not the experience that you're going to get from somebody else, but you might have a contract to feel that experience with both of us. So it's about overcoming like jealousy. Now there are low levels of jealousy, but then there's natural jealousy, right? There's natural jealousy. Now, natural jealousy is something that we're working through as a collective whole right now, right? Where we used to be toxic, real toxic to ourselves and others. And now we're learning, because we've cleared them templates in our thoughts, and now we're learning how to be more loving with ourselves and more loving with others. That when you start learning untraditional love, which is the highest form of unconditional love, the jealousy is very, very light. When I say very, very light, I mean, if you know how to talk yourself, you good. So like, let's say that I'm in a situation or whatever, and like, the person, let's just say that, for instance, I'm gonna use a good example. This one might trigger some people. I'm gonna warn you. It's a trigger warning. Erica, she said she knew about somebody's relationship and they still decided to pursue, so she got left and ghosted. Damn! You know what? Sometimes stuff really, really happens because it's just supposed to happen that way. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But that's crazy. You was manipulated in a relationship. You know, that's how it be. The manipulators, they always come around. They gonna lie. They really don't like us. The manipulators don't really like us. They pretend like they do, but they don't. They only come around just because they, they in competition. Hold on. Misty. Tell her, Misty, that was for your higher good. I'm explaining this situation to y'all. And this is a realistic one, okay? I mean, I haven't experienced it, but I had a dream. And so I'm going to share the dream that I had with y'all. Excuse me. So it was this dream. I met somebody. I had met like a actual soulmate, not a twin flame energy. I had met an actual soulmate in my dream. And so it was a woman, right? It was a woman. Because anything happened in the dream state. So you just never know what be popping back there. And that's the truth. So it was a woman. And, we had met each other like online or something. This was a dream. We had met each other online. And, we had a lot like in common or whatever. And so it was like a platonic. The dream was really, really cool. It was like a platonic little friendship type of thing, but it was a real deep soulmate connection. And it ended up popping off more. Like it ended up somehow something popped off more about it in the dream. But we went from that scene of like just chilling and going out to eat somewhere to a whole nother scene where we was having a conversation. And I remember in the dream I was telling her, I was like, I would never want you to not be yourself. Like I would never want you to get rid of men, because she never like connected with women in such a way, right? So she never dated women before, so it was different. And she was feeling the type of way like, damn, am I feeling still guilt because I still want men? And I'm like, listen, y'all gotta understand that, like, this is what I was telling her in the dream. I was like, I don't expect you to just throw that aspect of yourself away. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how I am. I don't try to change people. I let people be what they be. I just want people to be happy. As long as ain't nobody is getting hurt and people it's authenticity and integrity. And so, we ended up having a conversation and she was like, so I could have a boyfriend? I was like, man, we had a real good connection. It took time before us to get to this connection. I just remember the scene dropping in the movies or whatever. And I guess to me, I took that dream as, because I said yeah, and then I woke up. But I took that dream as like I'm elevating at higher levels as far as my consciousness, because I didn't get jealous about it or nothing. I had a thought. I was like, hold on. Like, I would catch myself getting jealous about situations between the person. But then I would just be like, nah, I'm peaceful and I'm with you, just be safe. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is be safe, And about romance. Romance doesn't mean that you're an intimate. Intimate and romance doesn't mean that you're having sex. It just means that you are connected. An intimate connection means that you can tell each other secrets. You can, have a real close, intimate connection. That's what that means. We share things like that. We tell each other stuff like that. We know stuff like that about each other. We can just be ourselves around each other. When I say selves, I mean really, really like friend, like best friend type stuff. For real. Alright. So, now guys, alternative dating, right? Now we're getting into it, right? Alternative dating. So alternative dating is really not alternative. It's really like the normal way, because everything is really unconditional. You see what I'm saying? So monogamous, if you do the research on monogamy started way after, like that illusion showed up in the Matrix. Like, it's so new. That's what I'm telling y'all. That the monogamous, y'all, they call it traditional dating, right? But it's really fairly new to the collective. It's really fairly new because monogamous wasn't even really introduced, the word monogamous. And the expression of that being that thing, that wasn't introduced until a lot of the totalitarian control military perspective started controlling the Matrix. But before the patriarch and all them was imprinting that monogamous thing, everybody was just kind of free on an energy basis, which was the natural form. And you can check the Akashic records. You know, if you know how to check the Akashic records, check the Akashic records. Thank you, Shelly. So, you know, I'm just want to help people that may be out there. You may be going through the changes that we all are going through. A lot of us is going through some changes. I know the teenagers is going through it, especially them. You know, we're going through all these changes on the planets right now. And I just want you to know that we on new grids. And so if this new grid, sometimes you might be attracted to energies that you wasn't attracted to before. And I'm just saying that, you know, don't try not to feel guilt and shame about experiencing life on at your most highest aspect. You know, try to be more confident in yourself to the point where it don't matter what nobody say. Like, that's how me am. I'm so I think that's what attracts people to me, is because my confidence. I'm so confident. Like, I'm confidently me. Even when I'm up, I'm confidently me. Even when I'm sabotaging, I'm confidently me. But I've gotten better. I've gotten so much better. Like, the sabotaging moments is like this now. They used to be up here. So, you know what I'm saying? I've been working on myself a lot. And I could have an actual connection with people, multiple. Like, I'm at a state where I could be in a polyamorous union. Yeah. Now, let's tap into what this says up here. So it says, yeah, now that we know that polyamorous came, monogamous came after poly. You know what I'm saying? Poly is the abundance. It's natural. Poly is our natural state of being. So it's okay now. If you don't like more than one person, then that's okay too. Like, it's okay too. It's nothing wrong with nothing. But it's just how the monogamous people are like you know, they be trying to make it seem like, oh, you an abomination to God because you like somebody else. I feel like it's natural. Like, and I feel like a lot of people, that's why a lot of people cheat. Because, a lot of people cheat because they be hurt and they don't be wanting to speak what the hell they need to say. But a lot of people cheat because they are attracted to more people. But, you know, it depends about the person's trauma. Somebody said they want 2 men. Hey, if you want 2 men, have fun, you know what I'm saying? Have fun, you know? You know, I personally just want who is for me, you know? That's it. I just want that, you know, that's cool. I can, whatever dynamic I end up in, I'm in it, you know what I'm saying? I'm in it. So, we covered that romance doesn't have to be, you know, I'm eating blueberries, so it might be on my teeth. Excuse me. But yeah, we covered romance and how romance doesn't have to be sex, right? Intimate doesn't have to be sex. Intimate is like we staring each other to our eyes, we touching each other, you know, we touchy-feely or whatever, but we ain't intercoursing. You know what I'm saying? Intercoursing is actual, that word. You feel what I'm saying? But that don't have nothing to do with polyamorous. So what I'm saying is that you can have a connection. Let's say I have a connection. I have a woman. All right. Let's say I have a goddess who, you know, we got a bomb ass connection. Right. Let's say that, hypothetically speaking. But then I got another one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not having no type of uh sensual, no type of sacred energy exchange with neither one. But you can still call that a polyamorous connection. So it's different ways, right? It's different ways. You got V style, you got solo. It's a whole bunch of different ways. We ain't really tapping into that. We just wanted to bring the belief systems through. So I got a few more, then we're gonna get off here, y'all. So tell me in the comments, what's your perspective on polyamorous? Now that you've been here, you've been sitting here, tell me what your perspective is. And like the screen too, y'all. I know that y'all be liking the space topics and the astral and all that. We're gonna get into that, but you know, I'm a certified dating coach too, and relationships are the foundation of our whole reality. And so it's important that we tune into these relationships. It's important that we learn how to be with ourselves. Because if you ain't healed your trauma, I feel like this personally, nobody shouldn't even be messing with poly. If you still can't control your emotions and you still ain't healed your shadow work, you still walking around with trauma, inner childhood trauma, then you should really just be focusing on you and yourself, building yourself. I feel that same way, you know what I'm saying? So, Misty said, I'm for it, but I'm still trying to elevate from jealousy. Yeah, I could dig that. Yeah. And that's a tough one too. That's a tough one when it comes to elevating the perspective of that. I never really dealt with jealousy like ever, but there's just still a natural, like a natural obsession, like, oh, you're mine type of thing. You're mine, so that's what I'm kind of healing with now. I'm kind of healing that perspective of just letting people freely do them and I'm doing me. Now, I do understand as far as having intercourse with a bunch of people, that's dangerous because, energy. Just look at the energy. That's just crazy. But, to each his own. I ain't judging nobody. I have a bi guy and men don't bother me. Women hit different though. She said, I have a bi guy. I dated this girl one time. And her name was Star with a K. And she had a boyfriend who is funny because he was bisexual or whatever. But she tried to be like, yeah, I ain't messing with him because he bisexual, whatever. But sometimes she was messing with the nigga. I'm like, why you just ain't tell the truth? Like, we was living together and everything. Like, this was my house. I had a 3-bedroom apartment and when I first moved to Atlanta. And this was my house. You like, yeah, my friend homeless, he got put out, boo, boo, boo. Can he come through and kind of just stay for 2 weeks or whatever? He got food stamps. I'm like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Come through. Nigga come through. And it was crazy because, like, instead of her just saying, is it a way that I can be party with both of y'all? We probably could have worked it out, but it ended up being a disaster because she lied about it. So I ended up having to evict this nigga because he didn't want to pay rent and he ain't never leave. So you are open to women. Okay. Is it like feminine women or I'm just asking out of curiosity? I be wanting to know. But she said that bad guy, she said he used to, I guess, she said out of like all her men, he was like, one of her favorites, I guess. The whole point is, I don't know, they say the bisexual men. That's because she said she get jealous thinking about him with women. That's crazy. I wonder why. That's good. I'm glad you brought that up. You said you get jealous thinking about him with women. But he's bi. Right? Like, so I wonder why you don't get jealous when thinking about him with other men. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, polyamory. It says, it's the practice of or desire for romantic relationships. Remember, romance doesn't just mean we're having sex. You can be in a romantic relationship with somebody for 3 years and ain't never had sex. Okay? So it says, with more than one partner at the same time, with the informed consent of all partners. That's the difference. It's not about us just cheating and messing with each other without telling nobody else. Like, that's not it. And it's gonna help to overcome jealousy, integrity. All of them. Let me finish. So then it says, with the informed consent of all partners involved, people who identify as polyamorous may be in open relationships with a conscious management of jealousy, and reject the view that X word, and relational exclusive monogamy are prerequisites for deep, committed, long-term, loving relationships. Others prefer to restrict their activity to only the members of the group, a closed polyamorous relationship. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Now, if I ever was in a type of connection like that, right? Whether if I had a girlfriend who she had a boyfriend and we was doing the V, because I don't mind that. I'm cool. Like, I want my goddess to have whatever the hell, like, that's how I move. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I ain't gonna get too much in with the words, but, you know. So V poly means like, so let's say that I'm dating, let's say that V means that, like this, let's say that the girl is right here. V poly means the girl is right here, and she could be dating a girl or a man, but these two don't date each other. She is just dating both of them. That's V. And it could even be men too. So it could be her right here, and then she could have the man and the man. These two know about each other, like brothers or whatever, but they ain't doing nothing like that. They ain't doing that. They just in love with the same girl. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call V. And yeah, I would definitely. So if I was doing V with a woman, probably, and a man, like how I had the dream, that dream was crazy. But yeah, so I would want to keep it locked like that. Like, I wouldn't want it to be like, here's me trying to control it, but this is what not really controlling. To me, it may seem like controlling, but this is just what I'm willing to accept. You know what I'm saying? Because you can accept what you want and not have to try to control nobody. So that's why you got to put it on the table. Soon you start dating somebody, you got to be like, look, this is what I like, blase, blase, blase. This is what my boundary, this is what it is, so that the person knows off the break. And so as far as poly go, you know, I would want to do close. What they call it, poly fidelity. Yeah, I would want to do a poly fidelity, meaning you pick the two people, and that's it. That's it, so that we can know the energies that we working with. Because, you know what I'm saying, to me, I gotta do close. If I was to do poly, it got to be close. Now, you know, that's just how it rolls. But I can do monogamous with a woman, you know, with a woman. What else it say? It say polyamory has come to an umbrella term for various forms of non-monogamous multi-partner relationships or non-exclusive, that word, the S word, or romantic relationships. Yeah, as far as having sex non-exclusives, I ain't with that at all. I'm not in that energy. I'm not in the non-exclusive sex energy. The random date nights and us hooking up randomly. I can't do it. My energy is too sacred. I think we may be getting up on out of here. I think I covered that love is natural. Yeah. You know how people say, well, women and women dating is not natural. How can that not be natural if love is natural? If love in abundance is natural, I'm just keeping it 100. If love in abundance is natural, then how could love not be a natural from that perspective? It's either natural or it ain't. Either love is natural or it ain't. And that's the truth. I'm not pushing homosexual, none of that. I don't do labels. I'm not pushing none of that. I'm just sharing my truth. And let me watch out with my words. I'm not just even saying that word no more because you can't say words like that. I'm trying to tell you, if I say I'm not in that community, woo woo woo, you can't say words like that. You can't say syllables and letters and stuff. You know. Now I see what the straight people be talking about, because you say something about that community. We aren't attracted to gender. We are attracted to energy. Exactly. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know, when it comes to belief systems, though, you know, when it comes to belief systems, and a lot of us, like a lot of us, like, why do we want monogamous? Like, why do you want monogamous? Because why? Especially, I don't understand the people that want monogamous. They get it, but then they cheat on their lover. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand that. You know, I think these conversations, as far as the poly conversations, I think a lot of people still got to freaking open up their consciousness to it. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like a lot of people just still and gotta open up. But here's the thing, that, like, you know, you can stay stuck in your old ways if you want. That's on you and your perspective. However, you know, how you know, sir? However, don't try to push everybody else down for wanting to be they self. That's what I'm saying. Don't try to push everybody else down for wanting to be they self. Hold on. Please, like, I don't know. I don't want to block you. I don't know if you put in, I don't know if you put any scriptures on here to try to condemn me or something, but I don't accept that. I reject that. And please, don't do none of that, because you will get blocked. Say what you mean. Say what you mean. If this is a conversation that doesn't resonate with you, cool. If you too religious and stuck in your belief systems, cool. Cool. But I'm just trying to bring it to people's awareness that we got the wrong idea as far as talking about something is natural and something is not, when we going against exactly what natural is. And I just wanted to bring that perspective because, you know, matter of fact, I'll invite you up here. I love when people disagree. God is in us more than it's in the book. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, though. But yeah, so I gave my perspective on it, y'all, as far as how I feel and am I open and whatnot. Yeah. Now, back in the day, you could never get me to say that I was open to nothing like that. But I've done a lot of healing work in my experience, and I really just love myself and others unconditionally. And when it comes to untraditional dating, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. But I'm also for traditional dating too, if that's the way that my love manifests, you know? So, you know, peace to everybody out here. God is an energy, and right now God is expressing itself in you. I like that, Carlos, because God doesn't have a personality until God becomes you. Carlos, you're right. God doesn't have a personality until God becomes you. Once God becomes you, then God has a personality. So the point of, peace and love. I want y'all to have a good day. You know, I didn't want to be on here too long. We never made it up to 10K, but I'm grateful that we made it up to 7K. The topic wasn't hitting as much as everybody was expecting. Or, I don't know. Spirit told me to go, I go. Somebody was supposed to watch this message. The people that was here to see it was here to see it. The people that wasn't, they can catch it on YouTube. Oh, Carlos, can you subscribe to my YouTube channel for me, please? Here go the, matter of fact, the link. The link is in my bio. It's a YouTube icon. Before we leave, y'all, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, please. I appreciate that. The link, the YouTube icon link is right there. You could just click that and go subscribe for me. And I got a free ebook called How to Heal Trauma Indefinitely, Shadow Work Workbook. And it's a 21-day healing method that the spirits help me with. Man, try that. Tap into that. Download that. It's free, and it's free, and what it's gonna bring you is authentic liberation. Yeah, I'm glad that you caught this too, Misty. Misty, you subscribe to my YouTube channel? Yeah, thank you for the follows, by the way. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel, y'all, please. I'm trying to really smack the algorithm, y'all, but I really need y'all help. And so, it takes time. It takes time. Thank you. Right, okay, look at my grandmama. Hold on. Who's just my grandmother? Harmony Healer 888. Yeah, my grandmother. My grandmother just sent you. I already know who you is and who you, Harmonized Healer. I'm gonna follow you, Harmonized Healer. Yeah, I just followed you back, and I don't be following people, and I only really follow who follow me, because it's a fair exchange of energy. I only follow people that follow me back. Oh, you doing shadow work right now? Great. So, Carlos, we was having a conversation about polyamory. What's your perspective? How do you feel? Ashe, reflection, you already know. So how y'all feel? Because we just was rolling out, was leaving out. I was telling them that conditional love is based on control and fear, right? I was explaining about romantic love versus in intimate connections, how it doesn't have to be about sex, how it could literally be a general connection. You ever heard of people wait 5 years before they did it? They like married. They like about to get married. Or somebody that's saving themselves. Yeah. What if somebody is saving themselves for marriage, right? And so they're might be dating people, but they're not having, the act. They're not doing that with other people because they saving themselves. But they're still having romantic, intimate connections. That's all. I just wanted to open you guys up to, it doesn't just mean be a hoe or a man hoe or woman hoe and just be out here giving yourself to everybody like that. It don't mean that. I say, D of Oz, how you doing? Thank you for the gifts, by the way. Y'all got any questions before we get out of here? I'm gonna be back on. Later on tonight, cause I gotta do a lecture about my tea. Y'all know about the astral traveling? Astral travel healing. I say, Leonard, what's up, baby Leonard? Call him baby Leonard. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I love you, Leonard. I really do. You're such a great man. I just wanted you to know that. Keep being authentically you. Got good energy. I can't wait to meet your family in the future. I say. Yeah, so man, listen, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna be back on here later. Notice that Leonard, I wanted to tell you something too, like some of these a lot of these joints, you already know. Some of these become private depending on, and then it's funny. It says the 6 of Pence. Yeah, give and a take. What time is it? I'm thinking like after 7, so probably like 7:30. Yeah, catch me back on here at 7:33. I'll be back on here at 7:33. We're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be explaining a lot of stuff about astral travel healing and stuff like that. Yeah, we're gonna be on here back later. So man, I love y'all. Little peace. What I'm saying? Have a good day. I feel like I impressed the subconscious mind well enough and good enough with this mini lecture. And peace. I see y'all. Thank you for the follows, the shares, the support. I did get a few cash apps came through. Thank you for the support of the lectures and everything, and I appreciate that. At 33, I'm out.